Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy with another health tip video on how to get the best sleep possible. If you get value out of the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to jump right into it. So, I'm not in my usual setting with a big whiteboard. I'm literally in my bedroom, and I thought I'd walk through some tips I could give you and your family on how to get the best sleep possible. First thing I would say right off the bat, and I've mentioned this to patients all the time, if you are consuming products with caffeine, yes, coffee and tea and things like that, that can affect your sleep health. What I would recommend is reducing it. I encourage you to have your teas and coffees like a treat, maybe on the weekend. If that's just way too hard for you, I would say have your caffeinated beverages first thing when you rise. Have a very small cup, the minimum you need. I've learned over time when I've talked to certain people, they're just like, man, if I do not get my caffeine, I get a headache, my mood is off, the day is off. I understand that, but from a sleep perspective, just try to reduce it as much as you can. Do baby steps, whatever your body can handle. If you're 3, 4 cups a day, definitely don't go to 0, don't go to 1, it's too much. But just make an effort to say, okay, I'll reduce caffeine and tea as much as possible. I'll try to save more of that for the weekend. You can have herbal teas, you can have a hot milk, you can have hot almond milk, which I really enjoy in the wintertime. And I'll add some turmeric to it as well. So there's always alternatives. You just got to be a little creative. There's also a product, if you like that coffee taste, called Cafe Lib, Caflib. It's called Cafe Lib. Most health stores will have this product. It gives you a coffee type flavor, but it has no caffeine. I believe it's made from grains, but it's an alternative. If you just like that coffee kind of taste, you can add it to milk. You can actually give it to the kids as well, but there's no caffeine in it. It's called Cafe Lib, Caflib. Check it out. The other thing I would say to you is when it comes to sleep, you want to have structure. And the older I get, I'm really trying to learn this. Everything in your life should be system based. So you should have a system of when you go to bed, when you get up. And of course, again, the way I operate currently, I'm not going to be hardcore and say like 7 days a week, everything. Like I really believe you need time to kind of decompress, relax a bit. So, on the weekend, if you want to watch a movie, if you're hanging out with friends, but 80 to 90% of the time, have the same time you go to bed, have the same time you rise. That'll help your body get in a flow. And then, for example, if you start always sleeping at 10 p.m., around 9 p.m., you're going to start probably getting drowsy, you're going to get tired, and you're just going to want to go to sleep. But the body likes structure, it likes rhythm. You will just find your sleep improving over time. If you do get up in the middle of the night, using a computer, using your phone, using something digital will stimulate you. And in fact, what I would also say is that, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour before you go to bed, avoiding digital products, avoiding screen time will help with a better sleep quality. And then if you're like, well, I like to watch something before I go to bed, I would watch something calm and soothing, not something, again, stimulating. Those are things you want to keep into account. And then I would actually say pray, meditate, or read a book. And even if you read a book, it should be something very pleasant, very calm. I don't know if you should read like a mystery novel where you're like, I just want to read another page just because it's so exciting. You have to have that kind of discipline. Another thing I'll share with you as well too, because just like yourself, I'm sure like there's certain shows or movies and everything, and I am definitely guilty of having some nights where I went to bed too late watching something. So one thing I just realized is that we structure our day. We know when we need to go to work, we have lunch and everything. And then sometimes the weekend becomes like a free for all. And if I could suggest to you, and I'm doing this as well, there's certain shows or movies I might want to see. I literally will start scheduling time on the weekend when I can watch that stuff. And I know it might sound a little crazy, but it actually works. So it's kind of like, I'll get my stuff get my work done during the week. And then what I'll do is I'll schedule a time on the weekend to watch that show or something like a reward. But I find scheduling your free time, scheduling time to watch a movie, scheduling time to maybe if you're into gaming, it actually works. So we schedule our work day, and when we don't schedule stuff, it just gets out of control. So schedule your screen time. Schedule that, okay, I'll work hard, I'll finish my assignments, I'll do my homework if you're listening to this and you're a student, and then tell yourself that, okay, for 2 hours on Saturday night, I'm going to do some gaming. I'll watch my favorite TV show. As strange and as simple as that sounds, it actually works. So check that out. The other thing I would say is when it comes to bedding. So I would recommend buying a mattress that's, so let's say sleeping on the ground is like a 10 out of 10 for firmness. Like that's as hard as you can get, obviously, sleeping on the ground. I would say try buying a bed, in my opinion, that's like a 7 or a 8. So you want to buy a bed that's more on the firm side. I know it's a personal decision. And I would actually, although we have all this technology and stuff coming out, I'd recommend buying a bed that actually is a mix of maybe memory foam and spring. So a soft and hard kind of mix. Um, I think that would be better. Firm is better. If it's too soft, you'll probably get up in the morning and feel tension in the body. You'll feel sore. I know it's a very personal decision. And then wherever you buy your mattress from, ask if they have a return policy. Can you try it for 90 days, 60 days, whatever it is? You need to, because even in the showroom or if you go somewhere to try it, I believe with a bed, it takes time to really see if it's a good fit. So just make sure they have a good return policy. With respect to bedding as well, what I personally use is a buckwheat pillow. I just like it because it's a firmer pillow. Again, this is a very much a personal choice. I know there's memory foam pillows. There's ones with dips in them and stuff like that. There's all kinds of pillows. So again, you got to just see what works for you. I would recommend firm is good. The other thing you may want to try is actually just getting a towel, rolling it up for support behind the neck and sleeping straight, which leads me to another tip. As much as you can, as long as it works for you and you can breathe properly, obviously, try to sleep on your back. That would be the best. I find when people sleep on their sides, it can put pressure on the neck. It can cause tingling in the arms and hands. So as much as you can, try to sleep straight. Sleeping on the side would be second, and as much as you can, I would not encourage sleeping on your stomach. Very hard on the spine. It's going against the natural curves. It's just very hard on the neck. Not recommended. So you don't want to sleep on your stomach. So I would say those are the biggest tips. And you want to measure what you're doing. So if you are sleeping in a certain position and you want to measure, okay, is this the best for me? Like, you should really see when you get up in the morning, how do you feel? Are you feeling refreshed? Is your body at ease? Is it time for a new pillow? Is it time for a new mattress? I remember a little while back, I was reading about it. I believe a mattress or a pillow, I'm thinking, I'm just going to say this, I think approximately 7 years for a mattress. I think a pillow might be the same, but it's very personal. You might even have something and maybe you're like, you know what, I'm just tired of this. Or you have something that works and it's been 4 or 5 years and you like that product, just switch it with the same thing. But ideally, I'm not saying it has to be 100%, but 90% of the time you should be getting up refreshed. You should feel good in the morning. Best time to stretch is when you first rise, for sure. Your body has been shifting throughout the night, so that would be definitely recommended. But ultimately, if you're really at the highest level of sleep, you should naturally fall asleep at night within minutes. And then you should be getting up in the morning, ideally without an alarm clock. I mean, to me, that's the highest level. I still use an alarm clock. There are days I get up without it, but your body should be in that kind of flow. It should have that rhythm. So you want to kind of naturally fall asleep, naturally kind of get up, still use the alarm clock, of course, but there should be a kind of flow to it. It should be a constant struggle. So try implementing those tips. That should get you started on that journey. I hope you got value out of that. And I will be here next Monday with another health tip for you and your family and friends. And God bless you.